Welcome to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a show for the physician who understands the importance of protecting everything you've worked so hard to achieve. If you're ready to find the peace of mind that only financial security can bring, let's get started. Here's your host, Billy Gwaltney.
Hello, welcome to this episode of the Cover Your Assets podcast. I'm Billy Gwaltney. I'm really glad to be with you today. The topic in today's episode is the University of Rochester Guaranteed Standard Issue Policy Details, and also we'll cover some quote material. If you're listening to this, you've gotten some information from me that includes some numbers on various rates. And it's regarding private specialty own occupation disability coverage without any medical screening. So I want to start by talking about what is the vital elements of properly designed specialty disability policy. And I'll go through this quick. It's not going to take long. There are three components to this. The first one is the definition of disability, the true specialty own occupation definition. This means two things. One, it means that if an illness or injury prevents you from performing the material duties of your particular specialty or subspecialty, then you're totally disabled. And you collect your full policy benefit from the insurance company. The second key part of this is that you can then go make an unlimited income doing something different without affecting your policy benefits. So you could then go consult, write a book, teach, do telemedicine, whatever you want to do, make an unlimited income and it won't impact your benefit. That's the best definition you can get. And this coverage includes that. The second key element is what's called an enhanced partial disability benefit, and it pays for partial disabilities. If you can do your specialty part-time but not full-time, then whatever the percentage loss of income you experience, they'll pay that percentage of your policy benefit. So it's not all or nothing. This is important, and this guaranteed standard issue opportunity includes that. The third key element is what's called the long-term recovery benefit, and this is vital. This pays if you medically recover from a disability and go back to work, but when you go back to work, your income does not recover to what it used to be. And that happens a lot. We have clients that have collected for 10, 15 years from this. It's very possible for someone to be medically cleared after being disabled for 3 years, 5 years, 8 years, and they go back and they're just never as productive as they used to be. They're kind of starting over, and their income might never recover. And this policy includes that. So it's like a three-legged stool for any good policy, okay? And if you take one of those legs away, it becomes unstable really quick. Corny analogy, but it works, right? So any good policy is going to have all three. And this guaranteed standard issue opportunity, there are only 4 top-tier disability carriers, and Guardian is one of them. And they're allowing you to get this top-tier coverage without any medical screening. Okay, this is specifically for residents and fellows at the University of Rochester. Okay, I'm one of the exclusive brokers for this. There are only a handful of us, and so you can't get this from just anybody. And so if you're reading this or listening to this, you've gotten some information from me, and I just want to hit the highlights, which I've started doing, which is the key elements of the policy. Usually this coverage requires streamlined medical screening where you have to answer about 25 or 30 medical questions. You have to be healthy-ish. You have to, if you've had any pre-existing conditions, prescription history, surgeries, those things can become excludable. They can make the policy become rated where they charge you a higher rate, or it could cause a decline altogether. And this unique offer, and it is unique, Guardian is allowing you to get their best policy without any medical underwriting. There are no medical questions. There are no exclusions. So if someone has a history of diabetes, anxiety, depression, even cancer, they can get covered, and not only be covered, but the pre-existing condition is also covered. Okay, that's really important. So it's not like you're covered, but your diabetes is excluded. No, that's going to be covered too. And so this is really important. Also, if you do what they consider to be dangerous hobbies, like if you exercise by doing mixed martial arts or rock climbing, if you do hang glide, whatever it is, scuba dive, you can do those things and they cannot add an exclusion. Where if you go through the medical screening, a lot of times they'll exclude those. So they're giving you their best coverage, no exclusions in this particular opportunity. It also includes the trainee discount, which varies depending on your specialty with Guardian, anywhere from 10 to 30%. And that stays for the life of the policy on all amounts. Okay. So they allow trainees to purchase up to $5,000 per month of coverage. And then it includes the ability to increase or expand coverage once you become an attending up to a total of $15,000 per month, all with no medical underwriting, all with the trainee discount included, and all with these best definitions. Okay. It's the best coverage that Guardian offers. And it includes the ability to increase as your career expands. If you received an email from me that had where you requested some quotes, you'll notice that there are a couple of different options here. As I said, a Guardian allows you to purchase up to $5,000 a month initially, and then it would include the ability to increase by $10,000 per month through what's called the future increase option. The total combined coverage amount is $15,000 per month. And you'll see rates for that. I also include rates for a lower amount of coverage. There's no law that says you have to start at $5,000. So from budgeting standpoint, if you're looking for a less expensive option than starting at $3,750, I include that as well, which would still allow you to expand up to their maximum of $15,000 per month. Okay. If we go below $3,750, then the total combined coverage amount of $15,000 per month would also decrease. For example, you could start at $2,500 per month, but if you do, it's important to understand that the maximum amount of total insurance you could have in the future would be $10,000 per month, not $15,000. And so if you go below $3,750 per month, then that total of $15,000 per month in future maximum coverage would also decrease. And so I show option one of $3,750 and then option two of $5,000 per month. You'll see different premium options depending on an elimination of either 90 days or 180 days, and with or without COLA, or cost of living adjustment, COLA. The elimination period is how long you wait, how long you self-insure from the date of a disability until you get the first check. Okay. So if you're disabled in January, you're either going to get a check in April or July. You decide when that is. You pick that up front. The benefit period is to age 65. Okay. Also, it's your choice to decide. You can see that if you wait 180 days, the cost is a little bit lower than if you wait 90 days. The cost of living adjustment is an inflation factor that increases the benefit once you're on claim to help keep pace with inflation. It's an optional rider that you pay for up front. It's not required to have it. Most of our clients get it because you can remove it in the future. You cannot add it in the future. And so the rates you'll see are mixing and matching the different elimination periods of 90 or 180 days with or without the cost of living. Okay. As I mentioned, all the vital definitions are included: the true specialty own occupation definition of disability, the enhanced partial benefit, the long-term recovery benefit. It also includes the future increase option that allows you to expand coverage. You're going to get the trainee discount anywhere from 10 to 30%, depending on your specialty. It's also portable and private coverage, which means you carry it, you keep it as long as you want to keep it. Your employer can't tell you what to do with it. As long as you pay the premium, the policy can never be canceled. It can never be, now you can cancel at any time, but the insurance company cannot. The rate can never be increased. Obviously, if you increase coverage, the rate goes up. But if you never increase coverage, the rate stays fixed forever. And the definitions can never be changed. So it's what's called non-cancelable and guaranteed renewable. Again, the best coverage you can get. Okay. The key elements of this coverage that you need to make sure you're aware of as well is that this opportunity is likely not available forever. Insurance companies offer these for specific periods of time and then they remove them. Once they have enough participants, they'll cut it off. Or if they don't like the participants they're getting, if it's just not performing the way they want it to, based on their metrics, not based on assumed things that you may think would be a measuring stick. Insurance companies are odd creatures, and these opportunities come and go. They eventually will get rid of it. So I say that to say that technically this is available to you for as long as you're a trainee at University of Rochester. However, there is a risk associated with waiting until you're walking out the door to get it. It would be unwise to assume that it's going to be there a year from now or 3 years from now, whenever you want to kind of do it on the way out. So just food for thought. Get it while the getting's good, so to speak. The other key element is that you need to get the GSI opportunity in place before you apply elsewhere. If you apply with a different insurance company through medical screening and they give you an exclusion of any kind, or they rate it or decline you, you cannot then pivot to this GSI. You're excluded from it. So get the GSI first. And then if you want to look at other options, you can. Most people don't. But if you did, then you would have the opportunity to do that. You just don't want to do that first and then try to go here, because that would be removed forever. The importance of your broker is something that can't be understated. Again, I'm one of the exclusive brokers for this opportunity, this plan here at the University of Rochester. It's important to work with a specialist, someone that understands these details, can make sure you have the right definitions, that the medical screening or the enrollment process is seamless, that it includes the discounts. A good broker is going to be able to help you increase coverage in the future as well. They're also going to advocate for you at the time of claim if you want them to. The broker can be as involved as you want him or her to be, and that's really key. We've been able. I've had clients that claims can be muddy at times. People don't really know what they're doing, and so they don't communicate things clearly. And then if something needs to be cleared up, it'll be the broker that does that, usually not the insured. And so working with a specialist is really important. Make sure that you're getting what you're paying for. The broker gets paid a small percentage of the premium you pay for the life of the policy. That's their commission. There's no extra fee that you pay to me. If you get off this podcast and call Guardian directly, they're going to send you to me or somebody like me. There has to be a broker. It's already built into the rate that you're paying. It's up to you to make sure that they earn that, and that's what a specialist does. If you want to enroll, you can click on the link in the email I sent you that says Guardian GSI intake questionnaire. That would start the process. Again, no medical questions. If you want to ask me a different questions, unique questions, questions specific to you, I would be happy to answer those. Feel free to text me at 704-270-2376, and we can arrange a time to discuss. Again, 704-270-2376. Happy to help anytime. Again, this is Billy Gwaltney. I'm grateful always for your time. See you later.
Thanks for listening to the Cover Your Assets podcast, a Work P2P production. New episodes drop every 2 weeks. If you've enjoyed the conversation, subscribe, rate, and review this podcast. For more tips and advice, visit the website and YouTube channel. Check the show notes for links. Join us next time for another episode dedicated to helping physicians like you get your disability insurance right and protect your way of life.